Good morning, students. So now we have to start with another topic, that is your 8th chapter, quadrilaterals. So quadrilaterals, you did in class 8th also. Some special type of quadrilaterals were introduced to your knowledge in that class. So now we have to focus our attention, otherwise all the properties you are well known to those properties of quadrilateral. For example, sum of the angles of a quadrilateral is 360 degree. There are two types of quadrilaterals. One is your convex, concave, that all you finished in class 8. All that is the part of your syllabus as per the previous knowledge testing point of view. But here we have to focus mainly upon the parallelogram and its properties. That you did in class 8, that also was there, parallelogram and its family members. So you know the definition of parallelogram as well the properties of parallelograms. So today in introduction part, simply we have to focus that parallelogram ABCD. All of you know parallelogram ABCD. One pair of opposite sides is always parallel, number one, as well as equal. So AB is parallel to CD and AB is equal to CD. Similarly, AD is parallel to BC as well as AD is equal to BC also. Now from the proof point of view, if any quadrilateral is given to you and you need to prove that quadrilateral a parallelogram, what you can do is, in that quadrilateral, simply if you have proved one pair of opposite sides parallel as well as equal, then you can call that quadrilateral a parallelogram. Please remember, I repeat, in any quadrilateral, if you have proved one pair of opposite side parallel as well as equal, then nothing you have to think about the other pair. You can call that quadrilateral a parallelogram. But suppose if you are saying this side is parallel to this side and you have not proved the equality, then you have to prove this side is parallel to this side also. That is the condition. So if you are looking for both the pairs, either you prove parallel or you prove equal, then you can call that quadrilateral a parallelogram. But if one pair of opposite sides you have proved in both the ways, parallel as well as equal, then nothing you have to prove regarding the other pair. Then one pair of opposite sides, if it is parallel and equal, then you can call that quadrilateral always a parallelogram. So now, what is our syllabus? Our syllabus is this only. We have to focus upon the properties, and there all the proofs are there. So you have to prove in both the ways, opposite sides of parallelogram are equal. Now think in another way, and its converse. Means what? Its converse is what? In any quadrilateral, if opposite sides are equal, then it is a parallelogram. Similarly, second property, opposite sides of parallelogram are parallel. You know that, parallel. So if the opposite sides of any quadrilateral are parallel, then it is a parallelogram. That will be the converse and its converse. So you remember this, you have to prove the converse also. Then third property, opposite angles of the parallelogram are equal, and its converse. So if in parallelogram, the opposite angles are equal. But in any quadrilateral, if you have proved the opposite angles are equal, then you can call that quadrilateral a parallelogram. Then fourth property, you did that diagonals of parallelogram bisects. Diagonals of parallelogram bisects. If I draw the diagonals here, and this is the part of it, this part is equal to this part and this part is equal to this part, that is A is equal to OC and D is equal to OB. I know. And its converse. So means if you have proved the diagonals
in any quadrilateral bisects each other, then that quadrilateral you can call a parallelogram. So these are the 4 results, and 4 are their converse, total are 8. So this is the introductory part of your this chapter of quadrilaterals, which is given before your exercise. And proof of all these 4 and their converse are the part of your syllabus. Moreover, you have to be very careful, thoroughly you have to go through, because all the application based questions are there in the exercises given based upon all these 4 properties and their converse. So please go through the proofs, those are there in your textbook also. Then I will definitely come back to you with the proofs of all this, but I hope all of you can do that. Like if you are talking about now, what are the tools you have to use? Suppose you are talking about this, opposite sides of the parallelogram are equal. So you have to prove this. This is given up, opposite sides of the parallelogram are equal. So you are going to prove the sides are equal, then you are not allowed to use the same property which you have to prove. But this is a parallelogram, so I know these are, if I am going to prove equal, so I know these are parallel also. Now I just cannot use the property of equality because that I have to prove, but at the same time I can use the property of parallel line there. So 1 is equal to 2, similarly 3 is equal to 4, and now I know 1 is equal to 2 means these are alternate angles. 3 is equal to 4 means again these are alternate angles. So if I mark this as A, B, C, D, so I know this triangle is congruent to this triangle. So if these 2 triangles are congruent to each other, then by CP/CPC I will write this side is equal to this side and this side is equal to this side, and that is the proof. I have proved that the given quadrilateral is a parallelogram and the opposite sides are equal in any parallelogram. And then when you are going to prove the property of parallel, then you take that equality property there and prove by SSS that triangles are congruent, and by putting these angles equal you can by the converse of alternate angle property or something else, whatever you know. So today my request to you is you go through all these 4 properties and their proof with their converse. So like I have given you the hint, not difficult at all, but you need to recapitulate all the results of your congruency of triangles. Now that is all required here. Feel free to use the property of parallel lines and lines and angles or the congruent triangles. Those all are the tools we have to use here. So today you have to just start with this part, that start revising these results and properties, and their proofs are also before the exercise. Then we will start with the exercise problems, and side-wise I will be discussing all these proofs with you. So today, to just come back to you, my point was so that I just can make you understand that what is the importance of all these results whatever you have read earlier in your previous class. So please go through, then we will start with the exercise problems. Thank you.